What's going on YouTube? You're watching Grim TV. I hope you guys are having a great week, and in this video I'm going to be going over the projectile mind setting Urchin that was recently added to Back for Blood in the Tunnels of Terror update. The Urchin is very unique with its given set of abilities and one of the tougher ridden to use in the game currently. However, it can still be incredibly effective when used correctly and strategically. The Urchin, like all stingers in this game, is easy to kill, but also easy to heal itself, especially as upgrades are purchased. I recommend upgrading the stinger abilities utility. It's the third category down in the upgrades, as tier 3 decreases the cooldown time on your attacks. That's why you're going to want to be upgrading the third tier down, because it's going to make your attack time quicker for stingers. You combine this with the lifesteal healing that you can get from upgrading the defense, which is the top upgrade when you're in the upgrade category. This will greatly increase your damage output and allow you to heal yourself while you're making long distance attacks. You definitely want to take advantage of the long distance that the Urchin has available to it. Most of the ridden that was added in the Tunnels of Terror update are made for long range attacks. The Shredder can grab people from very far. The Ripper can do an overhead smash that travels a good distance, and the Urchin is able to shoot mines from a good distance away. I prefer to use the Urchin in a way that is similar to the base stinger, but you have to keep in mind that the projectiles for the Urchin do bounce. So if you hit someone directly with your projectile as an Urchin, then it will bounce off of them. But if you bounce it off of something first and it hits them, then it will deal damage on impact. But it does have at least one bounce per projectile. So it's definitely important to keep that in mind when you're trying to take advantage of the projectiles from a distance and how you want to bounce them or where exactly you want them to land, right? I personally think that the Urchin is currently highly underrated and underplayed. Makes it more fun and challenging to use as well as be creative with. Part of me wishes the Urchin had a melee attack similar to the Stalker and Hawker Stinger variants. However, since the Urchin already has a primary attack, I understand why Turtle Rock may have chosen to not give this Stinger a melee to prevent it from being overpowered and overpicked. It kind of ended up swinging it the opposite direction, however, where it's like now a lot of people don't really pick it at all. But overall, it keeps the game pretty well balanced, because the Stalker and the Hawker, their main attacks kind of subdue enemies by keeping them unavailable to attack. For example, the Hawker sticking people in place, or the Stalker being able to drag people away. If the Urchin was able to deal damage in two different ways, it wouldn't really make sense, because the other stingers can only deal damage when they're meleeing. They can't deal damage just by sticking people or pulling them away, right? Overall, giving stingers only one form of attack seems like a pretty healthy choice, in my opinion. One thing worth mentioning about the stingers is just how underrated the movement is. They're able to jump long distances, good heights, you know, they're real quick and agile, so it's definitely worth taking advantage of the movement to get in and out of dicey situations with the stingers to increase your survivability. You want to stay alive. You don't want to be dying constantly and not dealing the extra damage that your teammates might need to get some of the incapacitations or the player kills, right? You always want to be dealing as much damage as you can, and if you're dying multiple times a minute, then you're probably not doing your part. So, the Urchin has a tough time taking fights one-on-one, but if you play your supporting opportunities right, then you can still get lots of player kills and incapacitations. In one of the clips in this video, I'm actually able to down all 4 players on the opposing team, or at least get the finishing touches. There was a lot of help from my teammates there to make that happen, but it is possible. The best thing you can do for your team with the Urchin is just stay alive and deal consistent damage for as long as possible to support your team. Urchins can deal damage to multiple opponents at a time from a good distance, making it great for pushing campers out of buildings as long as you're staying out of sight. You don't want to allow them to land any easy shots and you end up dying unnecessarily when you're just trying to push them out of the building, you know? Unfortunately, it's super easy and useful to camp players once they're downed. Due to the Urchin having up to 3 placeable mines, you can place up to 3 mines on a downed player, and anybody that goes for them is pretty much screwed, so it's definitely worth taking advantage of that as well. I hope you guys enjoyed this Back 4 Blood video. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know what you guys think of the Urchin in the comments below. I hope these tips help you understand the Urchin better and win you some games. Take care of yourselves, guys, and thanks, as always, for watching. I appreciate you.
Just a scratch.